What's going on, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed bringing you another episode of Backyard Prospecting. And today we got some dirt from up in Nome. Seller who used to sell a while back kind of disappeared for a little while, but he is back in operation. YellowPans. Picked up a bag off of him. I saw him posting on the Facebook that people were talking about PAYDIRT, and he's like, hey, check mine out. And the last time I'd ordered, he went MIA. Unfortunately, a few people saw that. Turns out there's reasons. On Facebook, we had a quick conversation. He completely owned up to the responsibility for what had gone on. And, hey, I figure he knows what happened. He knows what's what. I had good dirt from him before. Let's give him another shot. And so I did. Went over to his website, picked up a order of his 100% gold PAYDIRT, 100% ROI, 1 gram, $67. So that's what we got. It got here pretty quickly. Just in time for me to be able to do this review this weekend, actually. So that's great. Now, ships in a little itty bitty package. No worries there. Got here just fine. There were no hard items shipped to me, so it's not as if something was going to break. You're not going to break the dirt. Nice tight packaging. Definitely appreciate that. There's actually a lot more stuff in here than I was expecting.
For King County, Washington, a coastal flood advisory is in effect until Saturday, January 14th, 12 p.m. and a special weather statement is in effect until Saturday, January 14th, 11:30 a.m. By the way, you have a new notification. Do you want to hear it?
No. Fucking lady, right? So I paid $67. $4.50 was shipping. $71.50 is what it was out the door. Place the order on the 6th. It got here like 2 days later. So, not too shabby. UPS or USPS, good job. Now, the bag does ship in this bubble wrap bag, bubbly bag. Inside of that, there's a Ziploc, and inside of that is my actual PAYDIRT. So we got a double bagging going on here. That's awesome. Simplistic packaging, but it hits all the marks. The PAYDIRT itself is in a nice little vacuum seal bag. It's got his logo on there. Oh, that is a sticker. And yeah. Whoa. Our dirts are your to be expected Nome Beach sands, Nome type material from up there in Nome, Alaska, because that's where he's at. And alright, there's not a whole lot of it, but I kind of knew that from the listing. It does not look to be a huge amount of dirt. I kind of would have liked to get a little bit more material, but I know shipping from up there can add up pretty quickly, so you get what you get, and as long as the get is good, then it's all good for me too. So, we're going to rip this open here and take a little bit closer look at the dirt. Then we're going to get it all wet and run it down the sluice and see how much gold we get. So, that's what we're going to do. Now, don't forget to hit like, and if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that button too. Make sure to hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss any of my future content. But otherwise, let's move on down, shake this out, and see what this dirt is all about. Don't go anywhere. Alright, we got our PAYDIRT in the pan. I just need to find my scissors. I saw them a minute ago. Oh, there they are. Alright, so there you go. That's our dirt. Sand, really. It's all a pretty small mesh. In fact, I don't think I'm even going to bother classifying this any further. There are no large pebbles or rocks or anything like that. just straight up sands. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's not a lot of material, so I appreciate that it's all sands, because that means that I'm getting the most pay dirt, actual material for my money. Because chances are, in most pay dirt anyways, you know, there's not going to be a big half inch nugget in there. So why do you need that half-inch material? I mean, that even when you're panning, that size material gets sloughed off right off the bat, if you even bother with it to begin with. So I appreciate that it's all nice concentrate sand, and that also makes up for the fact that it is such a smaller amount of dirt, because it's all the good stuff. It's what you're looking for. So either way, it's looking good. Let's hit it with the magnet just to see how much of a wrestle it's gonna be. And probably not too much at all. I mean, there's not a whole lot coming out of there. You know, a pinch at most. So that should make the final cleanup pretty easy. All right, let's shake this out, get her wet, and run some dirt. All right, welcome back. We got the dirt all ready to go. Wetting it up right now. Had to tinker with the camera setup here for a minute, but we are all set once again. All right, YellowPans, Nome PAYDIRT. Let's see what we got. All right, we got this dirt all cleaned up. There is gonna be a ton of fine sand, fine gold in here. You saw it as we were dripping it down. Man, YellowPans. All right, so let's turn this off. Let's go see what we can see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How about that? That's a beautiful sight. So much flour gold all throughout the mat. Mostly down the center, because that's where I pour the dirt in. I am definitely seeing a few fine pieces down here. So that probably is going to mean I'm going to want to rerun my tailings. But for the most part, all our gold is up here in the top end. Man, this is just glitter bomb. Bam! Blown up my sluice. Look at that. Alright, well, let's get this cleaned up, and then we can weigh it out and see what we got. There's your gold, baby. Look at that. Boom! It's like a leprechaun threw up in my pan. Look at all that gold. And the thing is, this isn't even all the gold. There's a lot that's still down here in the tailings. So I'm going to have to push this back up. But I'm at a point where there's enough here that's clean that I want to get it snuffered out. And then we'll go back and fight our way through the rest. So we'll keep at it and be right back with our way out. Boom. All right, welcome back. We got this gold all dried up. YellowPans.com, 100% ROI, 1 gram guaranteed. All right, well, let's weigh it out and see what we found. Unfortunately, when I snuffered everything up, I think I snuffered up a little bit of lead, and that's caused some of the gold dust here to clump and cluster up a little bit. Because majority, if not all, of the gold here is just super fine. It is what you would say is flour. And boom, there you go. 1.110 grams of gold, a tenth and a 100th over what we were guaranteed. Not too bad, not bad at all actually. I had a great time chasing that gold. But I'll take a couple pictures so you can see what it looks like up close. And we'll be right back with my final words and ROI. Alright, welcome back. That was some beautiful gold. Alright, final words. Well, let's talk about the dirt, as we do first. The dirt was all sands. You know, a lot of garnet sand in there. You couldn't really tell at first because there was a lot of blondes in there as well. But once you start really washing it down, you realize that there's quite a bit of garnet in there, along with non-magnetic black sands. Only a little bit of magnetics in there, so that wasn't a huge factor here today. But it was definitely what I would call expert dirt, and because of this. A lot of sand. You know, I mean, even though it was maybe half a pound, it's a good amount of sand to go through. And the gold was very, very, very fine. Very fine indeed. But what that means is you're definitely going to want to take your time going through it. A small scoop at a time, a teaspoon at a time. Otherwise, you're just going to be blowing over all your dirt, your gold, and it's going to make it a lot more difficult to get to that gold if you're moving a lot of material around. It's all very fine gold in there, so it tends to want to move a little bit with other material. So you may miss it if you throw too much material in your pan at once. I definitely recommend doing this with a pan, not with the sluice. With the sluice, you're going to have to go back through 2, 3, 4 times, run it. Because the fine gold, even with a micro mat, the fine gold still has a good tendency of floating right out of the top of the sluice. Fine, powdery flour gold likes to ride the water, and that's it. There you go. So you're going to want to take your time going through it, and I recommend doing that with a pan. You'll stretch this out much further. Rather than, I mean, it'll be a good afternoon no matter what you do, because there was some really nice gold to be found for going through it. But like I say, this is what I would absolutely call expert level dirt. In fact, I would say, my opinion here, if you're one of those suckers like me who went out and bought a blue bowl, and you find yourself wondering, why did I buy this thing? I never get a chance to use it because I never deal with gold small enough to warrant bringing the thing out, setting it up, filling it up with water, fine-tuning it. By the time all that's done, I could have just ran it through my sluice or panned it out. But this dirt, everything is so fine. This is absolutely what I would say is your blue bowl dirt, because you're going to want to go through it slowly with a fine tooth comb, and the blue bowl will do that for you. So if you got one and you really want to put it to the test, or give it a good workout and bring it out of the closet, take her for a test spin, this is some great dirt to do that with. The fine gold is going to make you chase it, and yeah, some good stuff. But now let's talk about that gold. So the gold, like I said, was all fine gold, under 40 mesh. Now that I'm thinking back to it, I probably could have just classified out sub 40, maybe even sub 100, and just went through that. No big gold here at all very fine stuff. Unfortunately, when I snuffered up all the gold, I got a few pieces of lead in there, so you're going to want to watch for that and get those out of there before you do your heating, because that, if you heat it up like I do with the torch, you might melt the lead, and that lead's going to get stuck to your gold, and it's going to clump it up. It's going to make it all gray, goldish looking, and it's just not pretty. Luckily, I didn't screw up the entire vial of gold here, but there's definitely some amalgam that I'll probably want to figure out something else to do with it. Melt it down if I ever get enough of it. Slag it out, whatever, I don't know. We'll figure that out, but right now there's not enough to do much of anything with it other than look at it in the vial. Either way, keep that in mind. There's a little bit of lead in there. Get that out of the way before you cook your gold, warm it up, and dry it. But otherwise, let's put the sign up. Boom! The bag cost me $67. What we wound up finding was 1.110 grams of gold. Now, as of today, that's going to have a dollar value of $68.55. And that's going to leave us with the overall ROI of 102%. And that's freaking great. Not only did I get my money back, I made a couple of dollars. Well, $1.55 anyways. But either way, the gold has paid for the day. I knew it was going to be 100% ROI. Anytime you get that, you're already doing great. Anything over that, you're in the win zone, and I definitely wound up in that zone today. And yeah, YellowPans.com. They're back in action, shipping the gold, shipping the dirt. Just like the last time I picked up from them, I'm extremely pleased with what I had here today. What a great bag of dirt. You should absolutely go check them out. Unfortunately, as of right this moment, they're sold out. But if you're not watching this today, and you're watching it next week or a month from now, he might have some more back in. So go check it out, YellowPans.com. Of course, I'll put a link down below. He is shipping, and he is shipping the good stuff. So go check it out. Otherwise, this is Dig Daddy. And that's all I got for you today. Don't forget to go head over to backyardprospecting.com. Check out the Prospector's Shop. A lot of times I have some cool gear in there that you might want to check out and pick up for yourself. Otherwise, you can visit my swag shop. Get yourself some backyard prospecting merch like a wall hanger or a shirt, cell phone cover, stickers, hats, all sorts of stuff. So go check that out as well. And if you want to join my Patreon, don't forget to click over there. $5 a month gets you entry to my monthly raffle. $50 a month gets you a bag of dirt every month. So, can't lose. Otherwise, this is Dig Daddy signing out from the shed. If I don't see you out at the river, I'll catch you in the backyard. Peace!